Hey there, I want to show you today how you can utilize what you're doing right now and turn it into passive income. So stay tuned. So when people talk about or think about passive income, I think a lot of people have this perception that passive income basically means working a side hustle, which, by the way, depending on the side hustle, there are really great side hustles out there that can provide you that passive income. But some people are just not willing to put in the work to do that. They have busy lives for whatever reason. They're just not for them, which is totally fine. But I want to teach you how you can create passive income without really working another hustle or working another job. And this is the kind of passive income that you definitely want to do because at the end of the day, it means income for when you aren't making income. And what I mean by that is when you are done working, or you just want to stop working, or you can't work anymore, hence the word retirement. You need some sort of income that the government's not going to have for you sitting there. You're going to need some income that you need to provide for yourself. And for me, it seems that's the kind of passive income that most of you, if not all of you, should be thinking about creating, and you can create it today. So I'm going to bring up a couple of illustrations here to show you exactly how easy it can be just by talking to the right person, of course, and then of course deciding on a kind of a plan on how to implement you creating passive income for yourself later on in life. So what I have right here is an illustration of what it would look like to use today's money. So I use the contribution amount of $250 into a registered retirement savings plan. Now you could choose a tax-free savings account. You can use a non-registered account. Here, I just needed to highlight the fact that you can create passive income for yourself in the future by using an advisor such as myself to show you what that looks like. So $250 a month today, and properly investing it into a nominal rate of return of 7% on whatever investment your advisor can find to yield that. And even let's say that we just contribute for the next 15 years. So let's say you're 50 and you want to create passive income for yourself when you're 65 so that you can retire. You'll only contribute for 15 years and you'll only have that accumulate over the next 15 years. So at the end of 15 years, by doing $250 a month and properly investing into an investment for 7%, you could expect about 78,000 to be accumulated by the end of 15 years. Okay, I hope that's clear. I'll just bring up another uh, illustration here just to show you what that looks like. Here you see the contributions, $250 a month for the next 15 years. How much rate of return you can expect on the money. And then you'll see that the balance is growing again to a total of 78,216 by the end of 15 years. Now, what do we do with this money at the end of 15 years? Really here, I wanted to highlight the fact that I wanted to actually compare apples to apples, like how much that would equate to yourself putting back into your pocket. Now, remember, this money isn't going to nowhere. It's being invested so that you can make more money, passive income on money that you're contributing. And in this calculator, you're going to see that I'm going to use that same 78,215 and I'm going to keep investing it, but I'm also going to be taking monies biweekly out of it. And I actually use biweekly just to show you what it could mean because we were putting 250. Let's go back to that illustration. We are doing monthly $250, and we're taking that 78,000 at the end of 15 years, we're still going to leave it in the investment, but we're also going to start taking money out of it biweekly of $315. So there, you're already over and above 250, but not to mention you're getting 315 biweekly, and that should last you 15 years. So if you think about it, you put $250 a month for 15 years, but you're able to take out 315 every other week for an additional 15 years. So how does this work? How did we create this? And it basically is using the power of compound interest and probably understanding that there are ways to do this, guys. It's not putting your money into anything risky. You're dealing with people who know what they're doing, who are educated, who can help guide you through the ups and downs through the market. But you're gainfully, or I should say, you're expected to make passive income, and you haven't had to really break a sweat to do that. I guess the only sweat you would have to break is coming up with the budget to afford $250 in today a month so that you can earn passively without working $315 biweekly, for another 15 years on top of that, right? So again, if I was 50 today, and I am 50 today, and I'm investing $250 a month for the next 15 years, and then by the time I'm 65, I can start taking out $315 biweekly, every other week. So that's a lot more money than what I put in, right? And have that go on for another 15 years. And like an advisor will be able to illustrate to you, and it's going to be different for everybody, right? Depending on how old you are, right? You might be seeing that rate of return be a little bit different. And of course, the length of time. And then, of course, your budget. What can your budget sustain comfortably so that you can start earning passive income? So again, knowing that you could do this with any type of vehicle, like an RRSP in here in Canada, or a tax-free savings account, TFSA, or even a non-registered account. It's about just being educated about how this works. And of course, talking to somebody who's not going to try to sell you on a product, but to help you with a concept that will help you and your family feel financially wealthy. I hope you got value from that comment. Subscribe to this channel. Please help me share the power of financial education. And I got you all. Have a great day.